Hello punters, members of the parish. I'm in sunny Costa del Sol. It's November, and the weather's really nice at the moment. I'm wearing a sweater, but I've actually got shorts on. Those lovely legs. It's lunchtime here, there's people having lunch and tapas. So I thought today I would do a video on how much it costs me a month to live in Spain, in the Costa del Sol. But before I do that, I'm just going to have a quick cup of coffee and I'll be back with you shortly. Well, I've just had a coffee in the port of De Casa, which is about 30 minutes from Marbella, and about 10 minutes in the car from Estepona. So I'm going to go home now and check all my figures, and I'll let you know what it costs a poor old pensioner to live every month in Spain or on the Costa del Sol, which is probably a little bit more expensive than most places. Right, okay, let's get to it. I've got my little note here because I can't remember everything. So where to start then? Well, I came here, well, it'd be 11 years ago in March, and I don't think things have really gone up that much since I've been here. Obviously, you've got inflation. Now, how do I live? I live in a 2-bedroom apartment with a terrace, which I'm sitting on, which comes off of the lounge, and then I've got a roof terrace upstairs. Now, I don't pay rent because I actually was fortunate enough to buy my apartment. So, rent is not included in this. I'm single. I have to be because I've been divorced twice, and I certainly can't afford any more wives. Anyway, let's start. Let's start with how much I pay electric a month. So in euros, I pay between 68 and 83 euros electric bill. I don't have gas. Don't really pay a lot in heating bills because it's warm most of the year. Obviously, around January, February can get a little bit chilly, but nothing to excess. So anyway, in UK sterling, I worked out at today's rate, exchange rate, which is November 2025. That works out in UK sterling between £59 and £70. In US dollars, it's about $80 at today's exchange rate. The internet, I pay €30 a month. That's £26 in UK sterling and 34 US. Now with the internet, I also get British TV with that, which is nice. Because although I can speak Spanish, my understanding of Spanish isn't that great. I have a problem with hearing, and so it's nice to be able to watch some British TV. Right, for a mobile phone, that's €12. And literally, that's more than I need. It's unlimited calls in Spain. It's unlimited calls to England, so I can phone family and friends, my daughters, without a problem. And the internet on it is, I think it's something ridiculous, like 100 gigabytes a month, which I can never get through. So that's €30 a month. That is, in UK sterling, £26, US $34. Water, well, I pay it a quarter, and I've worked out for a quarter it's €13, and €11 sterling, and 15 US. Now, I didn't know whether to include this or not because I'm on the Spanish national health system, which is very good. But when I first came to Spain, I wasn't, and I couldn't go on the Spanish national health system, so I had to get private medical cover, which you would have to do if you're on something like a non-lucrative visa. You would have to get something like that. If you were retired, I can only speak for UK people that come into Spain now. I'm not sure what it'd be like for America or Australians or anyone who's outside the EU. But if you were coming and you're not entitled to Spanish health cover, you would have to take out private medical help. Now I know that most of my friends have got that, and it's about €200 a month. Fortunately, I did a lot of research when I came to Spain, and I managed to get mine for €72. Well, it was 55 when I came 11 years ago. It's now, as we speak, €72 a month. Now I'm only covered for the region of Malaga, but the region of Malaga is huge. I mean, really huge, and I've had to use it at least on a couple of occasions, and it's more than paid for itself. In fact, one medical bill I had was €10,500, so it's paid for itself, and I will keep that. But what I would advise you to do, if you are planning to come to Spain, you do need private medical health. Really do your research. If you can go on the Spanish National Health, it's very good. It's very good. And people say to me, well, why have you still got private medical health when you're on the Spanish National Health? Well, what I would say to that is because it's only €70 a month, I'm not going to give it up. You know, if I was paying €200 a month, that might be a different story. So in UK sterling, that's £63 a month, US 83. Now I hate to think what it'd be in the UK, and I dread to think what it would be in the US for that sort of cover. And I've got the top cover, I've got the gold cover, so I'm literally covered for everything. Food, what do I spend? I'm not too sure about this one. I don't really take a lot of notice, but I reckon if I say €200 a month, I reckon that's more than maybe I don't even spend €200 a month. That's 175 UK sterling and 229 US. I pay a service charge for the apartment I'm living in. There's a swimming pool. There's a communal swimming pool, obviously, not my swimming pool, and private gardens, and that is €100 a month, which is 88 pounds sterling, 115 US. What else? So that works out a month at €488, UK sterling €451, US $568. Now on top of that, I have car insurance, which is €380 a year, which is 331 UK sterling, 433 US. I pay what they call the IBI here. Now I don't know what you'd call it in the States, but in the UK it's called council tax, and that pays for all the services that we have to have: the police force, hospitals, taking of rubbish, all that type of thing. So I paid again €380. Now that is for the whole year. And I've got to tell you, they come and take the rubbish away every single day where I live. That's incredible to me. I don't know what the equivalent would be in the US, but in the UK, I dread. I don't know what it is now. Even when I was there 11 years ago, it was very expensive a month, and that is a huge saving. I think you could possibly put some people, if you've got a house, 4-bedroom house, you could be paying £3,000 a year council tax. But I don't know anymore because I haven't lived there for a while. So I can't really I can tell you what it is. 380 again is council IBI in Spain is 331 pounds UK sterling and 433 US dollars. Now water, I've already gone over that. I pay that quarterly. That works out €160 UK sterling a year and 183 US. So I work out over a year. Probably going to be out here and there. I'm sure someone will drop me a line and say, "Oh, you got your figures wrong." Anyway, for a year in Spain, that's €6,616. UK, 6,074 sterling and 7,682 US dollars a year. Now, obviously, there's other things to go on that. But basically, I get a state pension. I get a private pension, but I'm not rich, and I can't afford to. I can do whatever I want to do, really, within reason. But I certainly can't afford to be going out every night drinking, quaffing back champagne and entertaining high maintenance women. No, those days have gone, I'm afraid. But I do whatever I want to do. I've got friends here. If I want to go for a meal in a restaurant, I go for a meal in a restaurant. Now I'm paying at the moment. I'm playing golf at least once a week, and that's not particularly cheap. I mean, where I play, my friends are members, so I'm paying about €50 a round. Um, and I've got to cut that down a little bit. But you've got to live, haven't you? And if you can afford to, I mean, there's some people that are living over here that I know, and it's tough for them because they're living on a UK pension. Some of them are having to work, but there is no way I could afford to live in the UK, or I could afford to live in the UK. Though that's not right. But I couldn't have the lifestyle that I have in the UK. Definitely not. I'll see you next time. Until then, bye.